This one has the I don't know how to say it, but it sounds good.
Okay.
Damn, there's 15 grams of sugar in this?
Trust me.
Who the was that guy?
I don't know. I think he played quarterback or something.
These on camera today.
You get something
Alright guys,
new?
so I want to show you always what we're working on. You see this? Do you use greens?
I should.
And this bad boy is finally approved. I know I've been talking about it forever, but that's the high stem.
Oh, yeah.
I think you should take this today. Before
I don't think so.
No?
No.
You scared or?
I don't know. I'm too hyper as it is.
Alright, so watch how much I take, okay? See this? Watch.
That's nothing.
Very little. Just give me a little flavor, you know?
Yeah. When's the green coming out?
I actually didn't approve those samples.
You did not?
No.
Okay.
I've been being picky about it, so.
Well, it's good to know that for people that you have to approve all that stuff. It's like your call, right? Before actually some, yeah.
But with greens, it's really hard because I'm sweetening it with stevia.
Yeah.
So no sucrose, because a lot of people that use greens, they don't use artificial sweeteners.
Oh, okay.
So stevia is going to be the ingredient in there, and it's really hard to get something to taste without a little bite.
Yeah.
And with greens, it's hard enough anyway, because it's not like you're adding. I mean, it's greens, right?
Right. It's not supposed to be sweet.
And I did this poll, and I said, when you take your greens formula, do you actually mix it in your smoothie or shake, or do you actually take it by itself? And the majority of people told me that they mix it by itself.
To cut the taste?
No, because they want it to taste good.
Oh, right. That's what I mean.
So I have to make sure the taste is okay.
Yeah.
You know, because I asked the same people, hey, what greens do you use? And they're like, wow, it doesn't really taste very good. So
that's my point.
I'm
yeah.
on like a mission to try to get a greens that taste decent. So that means the flavoring that I use. So you see here, I'm using the lemon mint, which wasn't bad. This was actually really pretty good, pina colada.
Oh.
But I'm gonna do a berry and a vanilla. I really want to try to launch a berry and a vanilla, but the pina colada may be a launch too.
Okay. That's a good one, pina colada. I think it sounds good.
The power of social media, though, that's what I want to talk a little bit about jaywalking today.
Yeah. It's actually useful for stuff like that, yeah. Surveys and
actually
stuff.
taste it, taste test it and all that. Yeah, see, it's green.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Alright, let's go walk.
Okay.
I'm surprised because an hour, I was very, very worried about him.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't doing good, bro.
An hour ago?
Yeah, it was. Last night, if you saw him,
Really?
we almost took him to the emergency room.
No.
He just has these
Episodes, huh?
Yeah.
He seems so good today. Right now.
I like the license plate.
Very patriotic.
Okay, come on. Come on. So
you know that I know you want to talk about.
Off,
I know it's been like that since I got it. I got more around the car, but I know you want to talk about social media, but there's like a big deal about an NFL draft being in Las Vegas this weekend. So
it's crazy by the strip. They said they'll expect delays.
I know they're expecting over 100,000 people showing from all over.
Yeah, where is it? The Raiders Stadium? Or?
No, so actually they block off the street past Buffalo on Las Vegas Boulevard, and it's going to be, they actually built the stage on top of the fountain at the Bellagio. Oh. That's where the actual draft is going to be.
Okay.
But it's like a whole. I mean, it's like a whole center. Like they have all kinds of stuff all over Las Vegas Boulevard. So it's going to be a big deal this weekend. I'm sure you were aware because you like football.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I saw that they should expect delays. So.
Yeah, we want to go close to the strip today. That's for sure. Because already when they have something going on
it's today, actually.
Well, it's today, tomorrow, and the day after.
Yeah, I thought it started today, though.
Yeah, it starts today at like in 10 hours. It's Friday right now, so. Cool.
Well, today's Thursday.
Oh, shit. Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah. That's right. Today's Thursday.
A lot of people have been asking about this house. It actually was purchased by some investors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, come on.
So they're going to rebuild it?
It's actually under construction right now.
Oh, nice.
So you might be able to see that starting to clean.
Yeah, people will be happy. They notice every time. People will be happy they notice every time we walk.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk a little bit about is, how important social media, the power of social media basically, and, years ago, if you remember, news didn't spread as fast, and we hear news pretty quick now, right? The internet obviously is huge, but social media has expanded that internet.
Yeah, it's like instant.
Because we used to go on the forums, and
yeah,
if you remember, like when we were prepping, I'm gonna go back to like 01, when I was training for the Olympia. We had these different forums, and then you went into 03, which I think you were pretty active on.
Chad's Nichols.
Yeah, and
Muscle
if you
Mayhem.
remember, like that year, the show was hyped up a lot with, like Dennis James came up that year.
Yeah.
And he was the first guy. I would say he was kind of the pioneer of starting progress pictures. Come on. You're starting to
Really? Oh, yeah.
starting to get it done.
Yeah.
So I think he was kind of the first one to start really doing it. And he was like the tank top Mr. Olympia, right?
Yeah.
And he was training at Gold's Venice. So there was a lot of stuff going on with that. And, now you see that trend has kind of continued. But, today we seem to, do we even really go to the internet as much? YouTube's popular, but
Yeah.
we actually just scroll through our media, right?
I would think it's number one. Instagram, would you say? Instagram?
Yeah, TikTok's really popular now. There's like that branch of people that are doing stuff. But like, I know for me, like when I get up in the morning, honestly, when I go to the bathroom, how many of you guys, when you're on the toilet, look through your Instagram?
Of course.
It used to be Facebook, right? It started with Facebook, and are you still pretty active on Facebook, or?
Not really. I still look at it here and there, but Instagram is where I go most of the time.
And then of course that branched off. And I remember when Larry Jr., who worked as my assistant, he's telling me about this thing back in like 2012. Hey, there's this thing called Instagram.
Oh, really? He's the one.
You have to get on it. And I remember I was talking to someone about the first picture I posted, and that was my buddy did the clear bras on my Rolls and my Range Rover at the time.
Yeah.
So, that was the early start of like posting up your pictures, right? And now, you see the storylines and everything else.
The reels.
And people are paying now, getting paid off Instagram. And, I stress to everyone about media and how important it is. I never realized that we started early with YouTube. If you remember when we did the Swole Monkey Productions.
Yeah, Brian.
And we used to film all that stuff with just a little camcorder. And if you think about all the, like you're shooting on a what now, Samsung what?
S22 Plus.
Yeah, so, and, there's been that transition of what kind of filming has been done. Back then we didn't even know what 4K was, right?
Yeah,
it was just a basic, the camera wasn't so good, right?
Yeah.
And now, every year there seems to be something better technology-wise coming out.
For sure.
You remember what the first camera you started shooting on was?
It was like a little handheld camera.
Yeah.
That paid for like $40, but it was very tiny. I could just put it in my pocket like a credit card.
Yeah.
I remember.
He's having trouble going to the bathroom. Did someone purchase that for you, or?
No, I just got it.
Because I remember you walking around doing your stuff for Max Muscle.
Yeah. It was just a tiny
But
camera.
I thought someone funded you a camera.
MD actually bought like a $199 camera, a little flip camera. It wasn't that great though.
But remember, you would write your columns for the books.
Yeah, that's where I started.
And you had to come up with a month's worth of content.
Yeah.
And have it ready for a deadline. What was the deadline? You remember?
I think it was like the 10th every month. I want to say the 10th for some reason.
You know, you'd still be, you know, it would be old news to you, but
yeah,
it'd be new news to everyone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not good with your social media.
Nah.
Some people, like, they just don't have a thing for it.
Well,
how much do you pay attention to to Instagram or?
I mean, I look through it, but I don't want to be on it too much. You know, I'm trying not to be on my phone so much. But I'm not a celebrity. I'm not like you guys, so I don't even really see the point. I mean, I post about the videos. I use it for work mostly. I hardly post anything private because I don't think people care, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not like you guys, you know. I mean, I understand why you guys have to do it and stuff, but that's just not my thing. I just don't think people would care.
No.
I mean, that's why I don't like to be on camera either, and I just would rather let you guys be the stars. It's good enough for me to tell the story, I guess.
Yeah, but what do you like to see with your shooting content? Do you like to shoot training? Do you like to shoot lifestyle?
I like it all, actually. I kind of like that it's diverse, you know. I like doing interviews. I like finding out about people's story, and I think it's great because.
Well, I think that's what's really made a difference in people that follow me is, you know, early on, where I hated the camera being on me for the training stuff. You know, I could never imagine that people would want to sit and watch a bodybuilder eat the food, but you know, it becomes such a necessity for someone that's actually trying to you know, contour their body to their best shape. I mean, really, it revolves around working out and obviously working out, and the diet is so important, right?
Yeah.
And everyone wants to know, okay, what are the diet techniques that really make someone transform their body? And people have this idea that, oh, it's high protein, and then it's, you know, low carbs or moderate carbs, or, you know, and then certain amounts of fats. And as you know, with me, you know, I was pretty much taught, like, okay, keep fats to a minimal and use carbs and proteins to balance a physique.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris really, I mean, I never took an essential fat. I never had nuts. I never had almond butter, peanut butter, any of that stuff. Where I think now today, a lot of people have transitioned, because listen, keto didn't exist and all that then.
Right.
People seem to be more scared of carbs these days, and they switch to fat, and they think, okay, fats are better balanced for me. But I'm still one of these people that believe that we don't like to add a lot of fats. Where I think someone like you feel a little different about it, right?
Actually, because I just don't like the extreme. You know what I mean? I don't like no fat completely. And I don't like.
Well, you get the fats from the meat, so it's not like.
Right.
Do you have whole eggs in the morning, or no?
Yes. Yeah. So there's a couple. You know, there's like 10 grams of fat in there.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 yolks, but I don't like. I mean, I hear you can talk about his diet when Milos got him like zero day carb for like, you know, 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I can't imagine.
But the fats are pretty high, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure, but still.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
See, if I went lower carbs, what I would do is I actually eat more like red meat.
Right. To sustain you.
Yeah, just because obviously there's going to be some
more fat in there.
So it's going to be a little more holding, you know, and throw the body in the.
Yeah, always be hungry. You'd be starving all the time.
But the simplest formula for everyone, and I was talking to Derek Farnsworth about this when I saw him on Sunday, is, you know, he looked really, really good.
He did?
Yeah, and I said, I said, you look like you're dieting. He says, I'm not even really doing cardio, but he trains super hard and he trains with a lot of volume.
Yeah.
And he says he's increased his rep ranges as he's got a little older. So he does more like 15, sometimes 20s. But with him, he's like basically shifts the carbs around. So, he goes a few days on lower carbs and then one day higher carbs to replenish the body.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like that zigzag approach.
Zigzag, yeah.
If you guys are trying to change your physique and lower body fat,
Yeah.
and find a balance, you cannot do the same thing all the time.
Right.
You need to switch it around.
Yeah.
And you need to, drop calories on certain days and raise them on other days.
Yeah.
From different sources, right?
I like that.
But I think that's where a lot of the confusion with what you read online is people don't, they throw so much information out there. It becomes almost, it becomes confusing for people. But what I learned about, the human race is like we're raised by our parents telling us, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? So I feel like as you get older, sometimes people like revert back to like, oh, just tell me what to do and I'll follow the program. It's sometimes hard for people to, like, their mind plays tricks on them to the point where they're like, well, I don't know if this is right or wrong. You start to confuse yourself a little bit. So it's just easier for someone with the right knowledge. But, listen, a lot of it's just trial and error. Let me put it in the house now. Come back out. So pause that for a second. Come on.
Come on, Capone.
Get up in there. Get up in there. Get up in there. Come on. He's actually better than I thought he would be.
Yeah. All right, we're back.
Yeah, so I mentioned, as you get older, it's like I think you kind of second guess things. You kind of revert back to your younger thinking days, I feel that a lot of people do that. So I feel that with social media, like we have the advantage. I mean, someone like me, especially with a big platform, to kind of educate to a certain extent. But you can say it over and over and over, and everyone's going to find their way. I know, like with my Cutler Club, like we switched a lot of people over from like doing like 4, 5, 6 reps, more power training, to more of the volume stuff, especially as you get older. I mean, I don't know how your training is compared to before, but like you're not going to break records in the gym.
No,
like,
not with weights.
Do you even judge your workouts by, oh my gosh, I was able to do 120s where last week I did 110s,
I stopped doing that a long time ago.
And it's just really about, okay, how's my body transforming, right?
How am I feeling? How's the workout? How's the range of motion? Like all that stuff.
But it's funny because people ask, like through the media, like, okay, someone asked me on my Discord yesterday, they're like,
what's Discord?
It's for my, like the NFT project that I'm working on.
Oh, okay.
It's like another outlet, like a community. And they said, like, what's the benefits of your workouts these days? And I said, I really kind of go for the pump. Like, that's how I judge how the workouts are.
Yeah.
And that means, like, the pump means, okay, the exercises are beneficial. Like, I'm hitting the right angles and doing the right repetitions. But more importantly, I'm getting enough food. Like, I know for me, if I feel like I'm not getting pumped, then I'm like, damn, what did I eat?
Or not eat.
Yeah, exactly. What was our diet like? And some people still like to judge on how much weight they push.
Yeah.
And I just never really been in that realm. I mean, when I've trained with people and I've challenged, maybe I have been like, man, I'm going to push it a little bit today. But remember, the rep range has always been so high, between 8 and 12.
Right. I like that.
I've always, like, it's always been a certain amount of weight. You're not going to go for maxes and really change your training that much, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many different people to follow, and I'm always suggestive, follow those people that you can relate to, follow those people that the knowledge you can make sense of. There's a lot of scientific stuff that maybe a lot of people can't understand or
too complicated.
So I think you really have to take advantage of those people that really give you the positive mindset and move forward. And that's whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikToks. You know, I know we have all age brackets that watch this channel and
Yeah.
follow this jaywalking stuff. A lot of my friends, you know, a lot of you guys that are professionals, and we all try to, you know, I've utilized, like I said, I think you've heard me say this before, like, I remember reading Flex magazine, looking at amateur routines that were the levels under me, and saying, wow, this guy has really good arms, or
Yeah.
really developed body parts. I'll actually try that routine. And I found what works best. If you asked me, like, what grouping body parts works best, like I said, bis and tris together works great for me. Quads and hamstrings together works great for me.
Wow.
Back by itself, chest by itself, shoulders by itself.
Yeah.
Calves every 5 to 7 days. Donkey calf raises are I feel most beneficial to build the calves.
Yeah.
I've always loved squats for building quads. Like, how do I get my quads bigger? I like hack squats, you know. How do I build the sweep? You know, raise the heels a little bit. You know, put a 10-pound plate under your heels so it targets more of your outer quads. How do I get my bicep peak? You know, that's really hard depending on your genetics, but I would say keeping your arm in a stationary position, meaning like a preacher or something like that, where you can isolate
Right.
cables. That might help isolate, but let's be real, man. If your biceps genetically just don't have the peak,
It's tough.
you're shit out of luck.
It's kind of like calves. You know, some people can train their calf no matter what they do. They don't grow.
If I could ask you, what would be the most important body part for you to grow? If you always wanted to have a specific body part, what would it be?
Well,
I know
legs.
Your back was good.
Yeah, legs and arms is always what I had the hardest
your
time
limbs,
with.
Your limbs.
Yeah. Legs, back, shoulders, and chest has never been like tough for me to develop. Not as much, it seems like.
I want to know though, who has better limb genetics, you or Max Muscle Jeff?
Jeff from Missoula?
Yeah,
Why?
because you guys both have like weaker triceps, and
Oh boy,
I call him arms.
really?
So shout out to you, Jeff, because I know you're watching this right now.
He was in LA not so long ago. He told me.
He's always all over the place. He
Yeah.
stays in touch. He's gonna come see me hopefully in Boise. So.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all have those things, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I used to compete against Ronnie, I'm like, damn, I just want more knots in my back.
Yeah.
And you know, I had all the other body parts really, but you know, he had the crazy bicep peaks, and
Yeah.
you know, I fortunately struggled to get my arms bigger, and it worked. But
Yeah.
we all have the
Chink.
reason we go on social media and we watch people's lives and we watch people train, and we still learn, and we say, man, I want to achieve this or achieve that. But I tell everyone, explore your own options.
Yeah.
Follow your own path. You know, use all those routines and all those lifestyles to motivate you to create your own, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it at that. And I appreciate you guys. Let's crush the week, and you know, make sure you guys keep pushing forward. And we'll see you at the next Jaywalk, okay?
All right.